everyone. I'm Thrtn. I'm a content creator for Elevate. I have made 2 defensive videos before, 2 site videos before for how to attack 2 sites on Kafe. That was the bar and cocktail site as well as the reading and dining site. Today I'm going to be showing you the other 2 sites, which is the dining and mining site and the kitchen site downstairs. So I'm going to start off with the easier one, in my opinion, the easier site to attack. And that is the reading and mining site, and I won't even just say in my opinion, just objectively it's not a great site. So I'm going to show you how to attack it pretty effectively. First off, and really most importantly, you're going to need a sledge or a buck, maybe even both if you really want to make sure you have all the soft breach that you can. I also recommend having some hard breach, as most sites demand, so probably bring an ace with you. An ace is fine, maybe a thermite if you wanted to, even a Habana, because there's really not that much you have to blow up on this site. So I'd recommend probably just an ace. He has an AK-12, so take the AK-12 with him. I'd probably take a Zofia because you're going to be taking some gunfights on this site. The defenders cannot play it very passively, so you're going to want to have like a Zofia, a good gun. She has it 2 times. Just take her M762, and you're going to be able to use her gadget, or her gadget, her launcher for shields and for stunning people out of power positions on defense. I'd also 100% bring a nomad. I'll show you where to put these nomads. She's very important for this site. If nomad is unbanned, definitely bring her for this attack because I'll show you why she's so great, but she's good in a lot of ways. And the last operator is really an option. Like I said, you could bring another soft breach with a buck, and that could be your last operator. But maybe if you have if you have an Ash player, like if you have someone who just loves playing Ash and they just find her so fun and they just can't get off of her, just play the Ash, and it's another great gun. She has soft breach. You can also bring breach charges with Zofia because you're going to be playing a lot of vertical on this site, and I'll show you exactly where to put this vertical. But that's the main setup that I would probably do for this site. So this is a little preview of what a mining and dining setup might actually look like. I'd probably put one player in dining itself, playing on the bomb. It has pretty decent cover, and it can get some nice angles into mining, and it also has the hallway with feet holes. It has another angle from the hallway into the mining hallway too. I'd expect maybe a smoke. It wouldn't have to be a smoke, but just some operator with a shield potentially on this reinforcement right here, because it can watch this window. It kind of denies plant. It's a pretty nice position, so I'd expect 1 person dining, 1 in train on that shield. I'd probably expect someone to pillar area with maybe a rotate to reading, maybe not. They might have put a laundry rotate, but just in this area, because this helps make some feet holes into here. It also gets another angle onto the site. In the last 2 defenders, I would probably see a roam upstairs. Because this site has so much vertical play, they're probably going to be trying to deny the above control for attackers. That's what I'm going to probably focus on the attack. I'll show you in a minute, but the above control is really what destroys mining and dining as a viable site in my eyes. This site just gets completely obliterated from above and noob out. But I'll show you that on the actual attack. So start off with the Zofia and the ace. The Zofia honestly does not even need to go to the roof on this attack. She can go right onto the mining balcony outside here, and she can get ready to rappel on the piano right here because this window provides some pretty decent angles into a cigar. The cigar angle isn't that great, but you get a lot of pressure into piano, and that's where the defenders are probably going to be playing upstairs. As for ace, he can go right to the roof, so can Ash, so can Sledge, and so can Nomad. Sorry for moving the map right there. Everyone can go to the roof. Sledge can get the hatches. Watch out for nitro cells. I've been noticing that a lot lately, that people have been throwing nitro cells as soon as you blow the hatches, so just be careful of that. Have another teammate watching for a nitro cell coming up and just get ready to shoot it. They're pretty easy to shoot now in current siege. So to take the 3rd floor, we're going to need to open the hatches, obviously. We're going to need to maybe open this red wall if it's reinforced. That's why Ace is on the roof. If the red wall isn't reinforced, Ace doesn't even necessarily have to come inside. He could get the hatch, but it's not even really worth the risk, in my opinion, of him being up there, because he's going to have diffuser. He's going to be the one planting anyway. It's just nice to have someone as a designated planter. There's no reason to really put him upstairs, in my opinion. The hatch is not that great. So just once you have the red wall open, if it's not reinforced, or if you're able to ace it open after you shoot whatever the wall or is on the wall off of it, Ace can go back into the mining balk and spray open the 2nd floor window down here. This is for later, but he just be prepared to get on this window as Ace once you get the red wall or once you come back onto mining balcony. The Nomad should be the one droning because she needs to use her Nomads, so she could drone for the Ash as the entry because the Ash is going to have the least soft breach. She could have breach charges, which I highly recommend to help with the Sledge, but she's not that valuable as valuable as Sledge, so she can be entering through the cigar door or through this is Ticket, through the red wall into Ticket. using Zofia to add pressure into Piano. And once you have Piano and Cigar, it just happens as you drone them out and you push them out from repels and drops. You're going to get this as an attacker as long as you do it properly. Sledge can be behind the ash getting ready to refrag, and Nomad can stay on the roof droning until they have this sectioned off part of the map. Once this is all done, Nomad can drop Red Hatch. She can come. I recommend nomading this door right here. This where I'm marking this. So Nomad right here. Put one Nomad right here, and then she can save her last Nomad because there's a pretty powerful one down here on the second floor at the bottom of red stairs, so the very bottom red landing. I recommend she places her last Nomad right here because this allows for you to prevent any red flanks, which is probably one of the most vulnerable flanks on this site. So one Nomad bottom red and two upstairs watching the white hallway door, as well as the cigar single door. Nomad is gonna then play on New Balk. I recommend she puts a drone somewhere in this area right here in a bar because it allows you to see any defenders coming up. She can just sit on this drone while sitting on the corner of New Balk or sitting in Cigar right here, getting ready to peek them if they do push up over here. But pretty much she's just watching flanks on drone while Sledge and Ash use their breaching soft capabilities to just go crazy above. Sledge needs to especially open above Train because this is where you need to get the defenders at. You need to get the defenders out of Train to be able to go for the final plant. So once you have it all open and you know Train is clear, you want to keep one person above watching this angle, watching this angle from above, making sure they don't rotate through fireplace. You're going to get the Zofia off rappel once you guys have up top. And she's going to come sit on this mining window with Ace while they open above. She can spur up in this window or whatever, and she can push mining hall if this doesn't have feet holes. But if it does, just get the Ace and the Zofia both looking at this window, with Ace getting ready to jump in once Train is clear. So drone Train once your teammates have cleared above it, just to make sure there's no like weird players or anything like that. Ace can quickly drone all of Train. Just make sure this is all clear. Make sure this is all clear. Zofia's going to stay outside the window. Ace is going to jump in. He can plant behind here where he is right now. He can plant in this corner, he can plant in this corner, he can plant here, wherever he thinks is safe from the hallway, which is really his most vulnerable spot, which Zofia will be watching anyway from outside the window, because there is a little bit of an angle over here. It's a little bit challenging, but she should be able to do it if she has decent aim. So put your aim around Zofia and have Ace plant pretty much right in front of the window. I don't recommend going all the way over here or anything. You're too vulnerable to the hallway. Just plant somewhere over here. Ace can jump. Ace can stay in if he wants to post plant, but this really should be a decently easy post plant. He can jump back out and have your teammates stay above. So that's a view of what the attack should look like. I made sure to go pretty deep into detail on it because as long as you do it right, it's almost a guaranteed win in my opinion. The site is just not that great as a defender, and that's why you don't often see it. I might as well just show you Sledge first. So get to the roof, open the hatches. Do not entry first, let the Ash entry behind or in front of you. You can even drone for her if Nomad for whatever reason just can't, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a random. You never know because this is ranked. You're never going to get everything perfect. You just want to get it as close to winning as possible. So you can drone the Ash if necessary, but primarily or hopefully you want to just push behind her. If this wall's soft, you might want to actually sledge it forward after you drone Piano. Do not just sledge it because you see it's soft. Make sure this area of Piano is clear, and make sure that you have the Zofia on this window. You can just start going crazy, but be careful with nitro cells. This hatch plug is going to be reinforced, but just try to play it safely. Move around. You don't want to just like. This is just like a general tip, but after you sledge something, you should never just put your face in it. So let's say you're sledging above the rotate right here, and you think that's there's a guy like somewhere in this hole. You don't want to just sledge it and then put your face in it because the defenders are always going to be looking right up at a hole that was just made. So just take your time with it. Like I said, this should really only take, especially with Ash having breach charges with you, if she's still up, it should really take like 30-40 seconds. If you guys are being a little slow, maybe it'll take 50 seconds, but that's okay because you haven't spent that much time taking up top because it's a pretty simple take. It's pretty easy to clear Train. Be aware that clearing inside this train can be a little bit tricky, especially if the hatch is reinforced, but there's totally angles, like as you can see from me, there's totally angles inside all of the trains. People love to hide in this train for some reason. Just make sure to check all these angles. But this is all you have to open. Here's what the Ash should be doing. Like I said, she's the entry of the attack. She should definitely be the person going first because she has the least value on this site. Not usually, but on this site, gadget-wise, she has some of the least value. So no one's going to be droning you in through here. You're going to have, I would really avoid dropping or peeking anyone until you have the Zofia on this window, so make sure she goes there as soon as she can. Just make sure to reinforce that you need someone on this window. If you don't have someone on this window, just I really don't recommend dropping unless they say this is all clear when they're droning it. Sledge will do most of the work, but it's just nice to help him, and it's also nice to have a backup just in case Sledge does get knifed himself, because his siege is not perfectly strategical, it's also random. So you need to make sure that you have the backup plans just in case something does fall down. So if Sledge gets nitroed, I'd recommend all of these angles. I pretty much made all the angles that are necessary, because this watch the rotate, you're able to clear all of trains with these holes. You can clear the guy. There's probably going to be someone here if you're the defending lining, so you can kill someone there, maybe kill someone in green train. People love to hide in green train for some reason. You need to have someone watching this rotate. Like I said, it could be Sledge, could be Ash. It's whoever you want. Ash would work perfectly fine as well. And if one person is watching this rotate, I didn't say this before, but if one person is watching this rotate, you don't need two people watching this small little crouch rotate. So as the Ash, maybe you could you know, fall down red when they're about to go for the plant. So as Ace is like, okay, I want to go for the plant, say, wait 1 sec, head down red, sit in this mining hallway, and you can add pressure into the hallway, because that's the main point of weakness for going for this plant, is this hallway right here. So as long as Ace gets here, starts planting, and you get another angle from red onto this hallway, it should be pretty powerful, and it's really hard for the defenders to deny, and that's just another reason why this side isn't so good. And post-plant, if this is unreinforced, you can even make another angle onto it, and it's going to be really hard for defenders with vertical angles above the plant, just about 100 angles onto the plant. If you do get the plant down on this site, there's no way the defenders are retaking it, if I'm being honest. This is what the Nomad will be doing. From the roof, throw a drone down the hatch right there, and start droning your Ash in. You're going to be the primary droner up here, so keep your drone in prep phase. Make sure you have two just in case one gets destroyed while you're pushing in. And make sure you call it to your teammates whether piano is clear and whether Sledge or Ace can ace this wall right here, because you need to drone. You can drone through this drone hole really quickly and check it. But once you have thoroughly droned piano and you've killed whoever's up here, and maybe even, I didn't say this in other in the other operators, but if there is a shield here, I don't really see it likely, but if there is a shield here with the ADSs set up in the corner, you're going to be the one flashing. That's why I took flashes with her. You're going to be the one flashing out the ADSs, and you can let the Ash or the Sledge, both which have explosives, quite a bit of explosives, 5 of them, projectiles. Clear the ADSs and make sure you get the shield out. You'll get that guy to the corner, and now I'm going to show you the Nomads. So once you have all this and Ash and Sledge are already in, you're going to be the last one. You can Nomad this door, you can Nomad this door, and then really quickly, as long as you you know, make sure there's not anyone crouching on red or anything weird like that, put a quick Nomad here. You can decide where to put this Nomad. I just put it here just to be simple, but there's probably some other nice Nomads that you can place on red. And I was showing you this in the blueprint, but it's really important that you do this. You don't have to play right here if you're scared, but you can play right here perfectly fine. Put a drone somewhere around here, somewhere around, this is called Shiko, so somewhere around Shiko, put a drone here, and just stay on it. You can just stay on this drone. Maybe if you still have both your drones, or if another teammate has a drone, which they really should at this point, put one here, and just switch between these two. So if you see anyone, you're able to just quickly peek them. You're going to have the advantage having the information on them, and they're going to be the defenders are certainly going to be in a disadvantage situation. You can also move the drone here if you would like, because it helps watch pillar too, because a lot of defenders like to play pillar on this defense if it does happen. People like to swing out this door, come up brown stairs. You're going to have a very big advantage. If you see someone on brown stairs and you're peeking them from new balc, there's just no way the other player is winning that gunfight. It's just able to just sit here on cams, switching back and forth, making sure that the flanks are clear. And you can literally just sit on this all around, and someone is destined to flank, and if they don't, your teammates are going to get the plant down, and then you can rotate maybe to red. There's going to be vertical holes above plant too, so I'd recommend playing those even, probably even higher. And there's just no way once you get the plant down that the other team is going to retake. And just honestly, if you have 3 attackers, even in a 3v5 post-plant situation, I just find it unlikely that the defenders are going to win the round. This is the Zofia. Right off spawn, go to the mining balcony. Like I said, I recommend spawning there. It's pretty quick. It's pretty safe. You just get the camera, make sure they're not peeking that door or any of the windows over there, and then get up to this balcony right here. Once you get right up to this balcony, go right ahead and just get right on this window. You don't even need to use your claymore yet. Your ace is going to be here, or sorry, actually your ace is going to be the roof, so I guess you could put a claymore here. You could check if they're prepped or not. I'd probably just put it here. This is where they would usually jump out, so you can put a quick claymore there. I was going to do it later, but it's perfectly fine to do it now. It's probably safer to do it now. As your teammates drone into piano, listen for them to call, like, say, there's a guy on the piano. hit it. I wouldn't recommend peeking, like stuffing your face in it if you don't have an exact location of the defender, but you can just open the window and that defender is going to have to run. If they're still playing it, you can stun, your teammates are going to be pushing, and as they're fighting, peek the window. I would be the first one to peek as the guy in the window, but make sure to back up your teammates and don't just be sitting on the rappel if your teammates are fighting someone in piano. So just sit on this window, stun if necessary, and just help your teammates in gunfights if they're taking one upstairs against these piano people. This is the angle I was showing you in the blueprint. It can help if someone's playing in cigar, but for the most part, you're just going to be putting pressure onto piano as they take it. And also, like I said earlier, if there's a shield in this corner, you can also help waste ADSs. And then, sorry, that was the wrong one. But if you have a stun, shoot a stun into the corner, and then get the shield. Just you have so many explosives, it shouldn't be a problem getting the shield at a pixel if there is one, which is also just unlikely in the first place. Once your teammates have up top, get off this rappel. You don't need to be on it anymore. There's no purpose. Your ace is going to be coming down to you as you do this, but you can open up this window. As well as opening up this window, it just puts more pressure on the defenders if they try to like play it anywhere over here or in that hallway. So open up both these windows, and your point is to defend your teammate as he goes for the plant. So while Ace is planting right where that diffuser is, you're going to be holding this angle, maybe holding this angle if they have that open for whatever reason. I don't usually see that, but holding this angle, mostly holding the hallway. Your teammates are going to have this rotation, so you really don't need to worry about it. Just keep yourself covered from this and watch the hallway while your ace plants, and then just play the post plant. It should be really easy. There's a lot of cover out here. If you need to even prone, just get a drone on it, and there's a lot of angles onto this diffuser from outside, from above, from red. There's just no way defenders, as I said this in all the other operators, there's no way the defenders are going to be able to overtake this. Alright, as I was showing you the other operators, you're all on the roof, Sledge gets the hatches, and then you're going to be getting this red wall. If it's reinforced and there's nothing on it, you just throw an ace and it gets open. Let's say it's let's say it's like muted or bandited or something like that. You can just put someone on this rappel really quickly, shoot it off, then ace it. And then once you do that, unless Nomad is having trouble droning the people in piano and cigar, you can help drone her if necessary, but really you could just get right on the rappel, and you guys can start setting up to put up the pressure on mining and train. So you open up these two windows, then get onto the balcony. Sophia's going to be here with you. You're going to be just playing here, peeking the doors, windows. You can be a little bit aggressive. You don't have to die, though. It would really be preferable if you could have two people outside this window while you go for the plant, or one person outside the window while you go for the plant. And once your teammates have cleared train 100%, you know that train is clear, this room, and you know that obviously mining's clear. Check these corners, drone them out, open above them if necessary. Once you know that this room is completely clear and your teammates are calling, okay, I have the rotate, you guys can go for the plant, that's when you go for it. And you can plant right here. This is a perfectly safe spot to plant. It's actually very, very safe. It's literally only exposed to like red and then train if your teammates didn't have train for whatever reason. They're going to be watching this rotate. Your Sophia's going to be outside the window watching the hallway. And this should be a pretty easy plant. You don't have to stay in here. You could stay in here if you feel like there's like a really good position you could hold from inside here. But for the most part, I mean, you just get the plant down and just jump out if you can. Because you're going to have two people outside these windows, and you're just going to have a super easy post plant. Alright, so for attacking the kitchen site, this is going to be the lineup that I would recommend. We're going to be doing a bakery direct take. So the recommended operators would be a Maverick. Maverick can be banned. You could totally see a Maverick banned. Just don't ban Thatcher if you see Maverick getting banned, because our strategy is going to be using either a Thatcher or a Maverick. But try to use Maverick if he is unbanned, even though he does get banned a lot on this map, from what I see. You're also going to want a Nomad. Nomad, as you can see, is pretty good on this map, and she has a very clear purpose on this next site, and you'll see exactly what it is, and you'll see why it's so important. I'd also recommend bringing a Sophia. She's just always great with it 2 times on this site, which has some pretty long angles. She's pretty nice. She can also help clear the shields. I recommend bringing a Sledge just in case you need to do vertical play, but the Sledge is not like absolutely crucial. It's just a nice operator to have. And then lastly, I'd bring another hard breach, because the Mav cannot just do it all by himself. So you can bring an ace, but if you have someone on Thermite just recently got an upgrade as far as him having smokes. So you could totally bring a Thermite, and with Ace losing his smokes, it's totally viable to bring a Thermite if they're comfortable in that gun. But if the person wants to play Ace, that's completely fine. It'll get the breaches open as much as you need them to be. This is the kitchen site. This is a pretty conventional defense. You often see a shield in this window protected by ADSs. You always see prep reinforced. You see the main wall often reinforced, mostly the red wall reinforced. You a lot of times see holes up here, because this allows the defenders to get an angle to prep through here, so you're going to have to be careful as that when we're attacking. You're going to have the freezer reinforced most of the time. You're going to see the hatch reinforced. I want to make a quick note. If you do watch Pro League, well, you probably already know basic strategy, or like decent strategy. But if you do watch Pro League, you're gonna see variants of all of this. You're gonna see literally all of these walls might be reinforced, might not be reinforced. But I just recommend preparing for a regular attack. This is what you're gonna see in ranked most of the time. You're just gonna see all of these walls reinforced, the hatch reinforced, freezer reinforced, and you're gonna see a lot, like 3 defenders on site, maybe 2 roaming. I would spawn River Docks back alley. I don't like this west spawn out here. It's so dangerous. It's so vulnerable to spawn peek. So spawn down here or spawn up here. And then after that, you can just start pretty much pushing into bakeries. Nomad is going to open up this window. Her entire job is going to be just covering this and covering this flank, because a lot of defenders like to come down this hallway and push through this double door. That's also the purpose of her gadget, just in case she dies or needs to rotate. She can put a nomad above this double door and just keep nomading it if the other team is impact grenading it. She doesn't have to directly hold the door. She can actually hold quite passive, which would be like an angle like right here, where she's not actually looking into the window. I'll show you exactly what I mean, but she's not looking directly into the hallway. She's just waiting for a nomad to get off or get shot. And she can just sit outside this window, even help drone, sit on flank drone, whatever she needs to do just outside that window, and she only needs to rotate if her teammates die. Everyone else is pretty much going to be pushing in right through this double door. It sounds dangerous, but as long as you drone bakery, it's pretty easy to get in, especially with this nomad out here. So everyone can be eventually pushed inside bakery. Maverick and you have an option here. You can either ace this prep wall, or you can make Maverick holes, which are like Swiss cheesing the wall, as some people say. It's just making a bunch of sight lines that are really hard for the defenders to predict, so you can put like crouch holes, standing holes. I'll show you when I actually show you what Maverick does. If you ace it, you can just have the, you can have the sledge, or maybe even the Zofia if you really wanted to. I'd probably recommend the sledge. If it is ace, to sit outside. It's just a much safer angle into prep. The longer an angle is for an attacker, the more advantageous it is, especially with a larger magnification, like a 2.5 times that sledge has. So you can just hold these long angles. If there is a shield here, just be careful of it. Clear the shield before you're holding this angle. If you Maverick it, then you can just have the sledge get close on the holes and just, peek back and forth of them and just try not to die. As far as actually getting the main wall, I'll show you how to do it. Once again, a lot of these things have to actually be shown on this attack with the actual operators. But the idea is that you're Mavericking a hole to throw a nade through. And if you're not able to get whatever's on the wall off the wall, then you can Mav trick it, which is just opening the wall and making it soft, and then Zofia or Sledge can open up the soft wall. But once again, I'll show you all of this once we're actually going into the operators. And once you have this main wall open, which is the idea that I was just talking about, you guys can actually drone this out. If there's no one on this prep here, or if there is someone on this prep window, you can Zof stun them, nade them. I'll show you once again once we're on the actual operators. But once you clear this corner right here, just through utility or just drones, and they just back out, the sledge can eventually push into prep. He can sit on this window, peeking back and forth, really trying not to die, but putting pressure onto this double door, because this angle is very, very important to hold. Make sure defenders don't come in through this double door. Once he's in prep, you can have the Zof sitting outside the breach, maybe even coming in the breach if it's getting a little sticky in there. It's getting hard to like get the plant down. Maybe she could push through, but for the most part, she can stay back. Ace can go in for the plant. He's a pretty plant-oriented operator. These desks provide a lot of plant protection. I'll show you, but you can plant a lot of these spots here wherever you feel safe. There's also a great spot on the actual bomb right here. This bomb is not accurate, by the way. The actual bomb is right here, and you can plant behind it right here, which is a great plant spot too. It's where a lot of teams end up planting. So I'd actually recommend planting on the bomb, and I'll show you where that is. The Maverick can push to the breach if necessary, but really, at this point, someone's probably died in a weird gunfight or something. So just make sure you have one person outside this breach, whether it's the Ace, the Maverick, not the Ace, but whether it's the Zofia, the Maverick, the Sledge, maybe even the Nomad if too many people have died. The idea is to hold this breach, hold this cross onto this double door, and make sure your teammate gets the plant down on this bomb right here. Okay, so this is the first operator of attacking kitchen. It's going to be the Maverick. Like I said, if he's banned, you can replace him with a Thatcher, but I don't expect him to be banned. If he is, just go Thatcher, but this should work out perfectly fine. You can choose to ace or Maverick prep, but I actually really like making some nice Maverick holes, which the Sledge is going to be playing off of for a lot of the time as you go for the wall. So just make all these holes, make whatever he needs. It's solely optional how you make them. You can even make prone ones if you feel like those are going to be pretty nice for the Sledge to play off of. Just make a bunch of holes. It's called Swiss cheesing the walls, many people say. your teammates, you have full control of this, and you've waited until your teammates have secured the flank and you're ready to get this wall. If the wall's banded or muted, it's really easy actually. You just make a Maverick hole and just throw a nade. You don't even have to really cook it. I don't expect the ADS to be at the wall. You just throw a nade and it gets the stuff right off. I mean, actually might have missed that nade, I'm gonna be honest, but just make sure you make the hole nice and high. You can throw the nade right off the top, and it's gonna guarantee land somewhere behind there and get whatever's on the wall off the wall. If there's a cade, you might have to drone the cade. So like sometimes you see a cade over here on this side. So just drone. If you're able to get a drone in prep, try to do it. Find actually where the cade is, and then just throw a nade in the general direction of it. Like if the cade was right here, you could throw a nade in, and it would land there, and it would get the cade. Because gadgets have like 1 HP, like shields and like cade charges. They have 1 HP, as HP is like defined in Siege. So a nade should be able to get it pretty easily, no matter where you throw it, as long as it's relatively close and in the same direction as, and has a line of view. So once you get this, it should probably get both sides of the wall. If you're only able to get one side, it's not a big deal. But if you are able to get both sides of the wall, just get as much as you can, open it, maybe even get a standing walk-in if you can. And once you have this open, you're going to be holding an angle onto the double door into sight, not letting them cross through this double door, as Ace goes for the play on the bomb over here. So don't too aggressively play the breach, but make sure you're holding the double door and actually doing your job here, trying to shoot any utility and just do whatever you can from the breach. So you're going to spend a lot of the time at the breach, and you should probably be the backup planter if Ace did die. This is what the Nomad is doing on this attack. It's actually very easy. This is probably the easiest operator of the entire attack. You spray open this window, spawn at that spawn, come here, spray open this window, drone it out, make sure there's no defenders just like playing weird in any of these corners. I mean, I don't expect there to be, but just help your dream teammates get bakery, because sometimes people do play in there. And once you've cleared all this and there's no one playing any of these weird angles, you nomad this door however you can. I don't think that's a great nomad, but you can play some pretty decent nomads here. You could even place one like maybe at the bottom, somewhere at the top that covers the door, and you can hold an angle like this. And the reason you want to hold an angle like this is because you don't want to actually be exposed to the defenders peeking, because they can play in the hallway right there, peeking you at the window, and they're not going to get nomad. But if you play right here and you force them to actually get the nomad off with impact or actually hit the nomad, then you're going to be able to kill them while they come in and get nomaded, or you're going to be able to replace the nomad once they've, let's say they've impacted it, and you're still going to have 2 more left. You're going to be able to re-nomad it, and you're just going to keep re-nomading it until they actually push in. And in that situation, you should have a pretty nice gunfight. You should be able to just hold this doorway. If they get nomaded, kill them. And if they don't get nomaded and they get all the nomads gone, you can just hold this angle and make sure they don't flank. You're going to spend a lot of the round here. Make sure you don't have diffuser. Make sure your teammates have grabbed it. And, Ace or Maverick has it in here. And you're just going to be the one holding the flank the entire round, because this flank is one of the biggest vulnerabilities to the attack. So as long as you have it covered with the nomad, it should be perfectly fine for the attackers to just get the walls and go for the plant. So just dedicate your life here, and unless your teammates really need help in bakery, just spend the round here. Don't go solo push across the map. Just hold and play with your team. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you what Ace does on this attack. Right off the bat, just get up to the bakery door. Watch out for the watch out for the piano peaks. Get up to this door and help drone your teammates into bakery. Make sure it's all clear. If there's anyone behind it, you can help. Well, actually, you can't help clear anymore. You could just be another gun, maybe holding this pixel. Maybe opening prep if it's not shocked or anything like that. Because if there's someone in here, it's nice to open prep to alleviate or to add some pressure onto the person here. Because if no one can play in prep as a defender, you can actually just pretty much push in as an attacker. So if there's someone playing behind the bakery, they're being stubborn and you can't get them out, just ace this. You could really quickly. It should be easy. But if you do get bakery after droning and there's no one really contesting it, you can let the Maverick deal with that wall. If Maverick's able to nade everything off and you get the wall, or you get the bandits or mutes off, you just ace both sides, however you want to do it. That one's a little high, this one's a little better. You just get the wall open, you sit here, and if you have another drone, which you hopefully should, you just continue droning. You can drone for ADSs over here, you can drone if there's anyone. This is called K1, this is K2. If there's no one sitting here, you could just call them out. If there is someone, if there is someone sitting here, you can call them out. You can nade that person out. There's a lot of angles onto this, but as long as you clear this kitchen site right here, and there's only people playing in the other one, you're gonna be the one going for the plant because you are Ace, and Ace is just Ace. It's a hard breach, so he's always the plant. There's gonna be a bomb right here, as you might know, and this is a really safe plant spot because it gets pretty much covered from this double door, and somewhat from these holes right here. So go tuck right here, go for the plant. get the plant down, and then just run out. It's not safe to plant this bomb. Once you get the plant down, don't linger on the bomb, just get it out of there. Even if you hear them like rushing, I really don't recommend trying to take this fight because it's just kind of exposed from like all these angles and everything. Just get out of there. You can play the prep window with the sledge. You can back out and play the breach. But the idea is to get this open, throw it for your teammates, make sure you get everything clear, get the prep window cleared, and then once your teammates have flank secured, which the nomad should be having done pretty soon, get the sledge pushed up into prep window, boom, go for the plant of the bomb, and it should be a pretty easy plant, unless you get nitro celled, and in that case, blame your teammates, because they should be able to shoot a nitro cell coming through this double door, having the Maverick, the Zofia, and even the sledge watching all this one door pretty much. Being Zofia as one of the more aggressive attackers, one of the more flexible ones, you're going to be the one pretty much getting drones in with the sledge. You and sledge are going to be the ones entering into here. As long as you kill the person behind here, you start pushing up to here, and from here on out, you're pretty much just a gun other than this shield. So if there's a shield on prep window like I was talking before, or if there's a person there, you're going to use your stuns to get ADSs or to stun the person sitting on the window, and you can use these and get the shield and destroy it with your explosive, which it's going to be right here. You can call your teammates over to help clear the ADS for you, but once you get it cleared, you're pretty much just going to play at the breach like I was showing before. Ace is going to have this wall open and this wall open, and from that, you're going to have some nice angles into the double door, or if there's any other rotates, you're going to have angles onto those. So you're going to be able to just play on this bakery. This is a pretty nice cover right here. It has a lot of crouch angles, standing angles, and just some great angles onto the double door to hold the planter who's going to be planting on the bomb. Alright, and for the last attacking operator of this attack, we're going to show you the sledge. Once again, as I just showed you the Zofia, you're pretty much a fragging operator, other than the potential sledging of the wall for the Maverick once he makes the wall soft if he needs to, if he wasn't able to get the stuff with the nades. It's a little bit of a tangent, but you can get the soft wall if that's soft, and you're going to be entering, maybe even nading behind bakery if you really need to, if there's someone playing behind there and they've cleared the ADSs. But there's an angle on top of this car. Be careful because it's kind of predictable, but you know, this is a pretty decent angle, and as long as there's no one in piano, it's a pretty safe angle, and it just adds pressure onto anyone who's playing behind the bakery, which is actually decently common. When playing these holes here that Maverick opened, so if you're sledge, you just hold all these holes that Maverick made. They're going to be Maverick holes in the reinforced wall. Play them smartly. Don't just stuff your face in one hole and be on it all round. And you don't have to be on the holes all round. You can help draw on your teammates. You're going to be helping nade that shield that's inside prep. Or sorry, not inside prep, but at the window prep. You're going to be the one helping to nade that shield. You might have to cook it, but you should also be able to just like kind of wallbang it off of that. And you'll easily get the shield if you throw proper nade off that back wall. Just avoid these because it could get caught in them. You just never know. Once you've cleared this prep window with your nades, with the Zof stuns, with anything at all in the attacks, Maverick nades, you're going to be the one pushing up onto the window and holding the ace as he goes for the plant. Once you get the plant down, you can actually stay in prep. It's a pretty nice position, peeking back and forth. So while everyone else is backing up to like hold longer angles, you can actually play in here because it's pretty nice as an attacker. I'd say it's pretty advantageous. You're going to die a lot of the time if there's still more if there's like 3 defenders up post plant. But even then, you're probably going to get a kill, or at least waste a lot of time, the defenders, playing on this window. That was the kitchen site on Kafe. I wanted to show you how to attack those 2 sites. That's how you attack Kafe. If you watch the other video, you can see how to attack the other 2 sites. So thank you for watching. Once again, if you have any questions about any of these attacks, or any recommendations, or anything you just want to say in the comments, I'll actually be checking them to see if there's anything you guys want to say, and I'll respond to them personally. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next video on Elevate.